If you've ever made $300,000 in roofing and still felt nervous when January hit, this video is going to hit close to home because the problem isn't how much you made, it's what happened to it. And if you don't fix this, you'll keep repeating the same year over and over. What's up, Roof Money Pros? Mike here with Roof Money Pro, and my mission is to help roofing professionals like you maximize your careers and build real, lasting wealth. This channel exists for one specific person, the rep who's closing deals, stacking commissions, running hard, and still looking at his bank account at the end of every year wondering where the hell it all went. If that's you, hit that subscribe button right now because this is the content nobody else is making for this industry. Now here's my promise to you. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact 3 assets that turn storm money into permanent freedom. You'll also understand why income alone keeps you trapped in the feast or famine cycle and what to own instead. And be sure to stick around to the end because I'll share the one invisible asset that quietly protects everything else you build. Let's get into it. Now, roofing is one of the highest earning sales industries in the country. That's not an opinion. Commission reps in this space routinely out-earn doctors, lawyers, engineers, and guys with fancy finance degrees. But here's what nobody puts on the recruiting flyer. It's also one of the most financially chaotic careers you can have. Traditional finance advice assumes you get paid the same amount every 2 weeks. It assumes you know what's coming in next month. That advice breaks down fast in roofing because you don't live that life. You know what a storm season feels like. You're closing roofs back to back, working 6 to 7 days a week, month after month, from sun up to sundown. Money is stacking and everything feels like it's working. Then fall hits, leads start slowing down, and right around Thanksgiving, when the rest of the world is spending money on holidays and gifts and parties, your pipeline looks like a parking lot at 2 a.m., empty. I've talked to reps who closed $40,000 in September, then sat at their kitchen table in December staring at their banking app, wondering if they should have slowed down the spending 3 months ago. That moment, that quiet panic, is exactly what assets are designed to eliminate. Because here's what assets do that income can't. They stabilize your life. They reduce the pressure you feel when the calendar flips to January. They give you options, leverage, breathing room, and the ability to make choices from strength instead of desperation. Hustle creates money, ownership creates freedom. Now let's start with something that's going to sting a little. If your company controls your leads, your pricing, your marketing, and your referral pipeline, you don't own your income, you rent it. Ask yourself this: what happens if your company loses its storm market? What happens if management decides to restructure the comp plan? What happens if the company folds? If your answer is, I'd be starting over, that's not ownership, that's dependency. And dependency feels fine until something changes. Now, ask a different question. What if you controlled your own lead flow, your own referral systems, your own reputation in your market? What if you were the asset, not just the job title? Owning your income engine means treating your earning ability like a business. It means tracking your numbers, your close ratio, your average job size, your lead to appointment conversion, because you can't improve what you don't measure. It means investing in your skills, communication, objection handling, building trust fast at the door. It means building referral systems so you're generating your own leads, not just waiting for the company to feed you. Think about the rep who closes $25,000 one month, gets an upgrade on his truck, and then goes back to waiting for assigned leads, versus the rep who invests in a sales training program, builds a referral network, and generates $50,000 the following month on his own pipeline. Same industry, completely different financial path. This is also why your earning ability has the highest return on investment of anything in your life right now. $1,000 put into the right sales training can produce 6 figures in additional commissions over the next few years. That's not a metaphor, that's math. And if you want a proven system to manage and grow what you earn, the F.E.A.S.T Cash Flow Mastery course is in the description. It's built for exactly this. Check it out when you're ready. Now here's where most reps mess this up, even the high earners. Selling roofs is active income. The moment you stop selling, the income stops. A compounding investment portfolio is how that money keeps working long after the job is done. Now here's a warning that needs to land. Every year you delay investing during your peak earning years is a 6-figure mistake your 50-year-old self will pay for. Roofing has a short earning window. Your 20s and 30s are your compounding superpower. Miss that window and catching up gets brutally hard. Roofing reps think, I'll start next season, and that thinking quietly costs them more than any slow month ever could. Think about this. If you took just one average commission check per year, just one, and invested it consistently for the next 15 years, you'd shock yourself at what that turns into. You don't need to be a financial genius. You need to be consistent. Now here's where most people get tripped up. They hear asset allocation and immediately check out. But it just means, how are you splitting your money across different types of investments so one bad cycle doesn't wipe you out? For example, my entire portfolio is built on diversified ETFs, low-cost funds covering US companies, international markets, real estate, and bonds. No stock picking, no gambling on trends. No panic when someone at the barbecue randomly mentions the markets are crazy. Just consistent, automatic contributions into a diversified mix that compounds over decades. Then layer in your tax advantage accounts, a Roth IRA where gains grow completely tax-free, a SEP IRA or solo 401k if you're self-employed, an employer 401k if your company matches. These aren't complicated, but they are powerful, and ignoring them is leaving real money on the table. Now here's the one rule that changes everything: automate. Every time a commission hits, a percentage goes straight into your investment accounts before you can spend it. The rep who skips investing just this season because he had a big month and figured he'd catch up later is the rep who's still saying the same thing 5 years from now. Automate the decision, remove the temptation, let compound interest do the heavy lifting. Now let's be real here. Roofing income is choppy. Real estate income is not. That's the entire point. If there's one asset that bridges the gap between what you earn during storm season and what you need during slow season, it's cash flowing property. Not flipping, not speculation. Property that produces money every single month, whether you knock the door that day or not. Real estate isn't passive where most people think it's set and forget it. It's work up front. Finding the right deal, running the numbers, managing tenants. No, this isn't get rich quick. Yes, deals can go wrong. That's why you buy for cash flow, not hype. Done correctly, it becomes one of the most powerful sources of stability in your financial life. Here's what that looks like in practice. I own a fourplex, 4 units producing rental income every single month. And knowing that rent hits the account every month, whether a roof was sold or not, that changes how you walk into slow season. There's no panic. There's no white knuckling through January. The money shows up because a system is in place. Now, my primary residence was also paid off strategically during my 3rd year in roofing sales, building equity with every payment. And the plan over the next 24 months is to add another 1 to 2 properties, part of a long-term real estate strategy designed to create a growing base of passive income that doesn't depend on weather patterns or storm markets. You don't have to start with a fourplex. A single family rental works. Or perhaps a duplex where you live in one side and rent out the other, called house hacking, can get you into the game while your tenant covers most of your mortgage. These strategies are accessible and they're being used by everyday people like you right now to build wealth that commissions alone never could. Here's something most roofers don't realize. You're already an expert in the home services world. You understand property values, you know what repairs cost, and what to look out for when evaluating a deal. You have a contractor network most investors don't have. That's a massive edge, and it goes completely unused when reps focus only on commissions. Real estate also stacks advantages over time: monthly cash flow, property appreciation, tax deduction through depreciation, and equity buildup paid for by your tenants. It's one of the few investments working on multiple levels simultaneously. Here's how this all connects. Your income engine produces large, irregular commission checks. Your investment portfolio takes a percentage of every check and compounds it steadily, automatically, for decades. And your real estate produces recurring monthly cash flow that fills in the gaps when the season slows down. Now imagine walking into your 40s with a portfolio that's been compounding for 15 years, rentals hitting your account every month, the ability to take off a slow season, or at least breathe through it without checking your bank app 3 times a day. That's not a fantasy. That's the math of what happens when you own the right 3 assets and stay consistent long enough. This isn't about getting rich fast. It's about becoming financially unshakable. It's about having options when most reps your age are still starting over every January. Now here's the one that doesn't show up on a balance sheet, but without it, the other 3 fall apart. It's the ability to not need to impress anyone. As I've gotten older, approaching 40 now, something has genuinely shifted. The things that used to feel important, the nicer clothes, vehicle upgrade, the watch, the optics of success, just don't carry the same weight anymore. Life has gotten a lot simpler and honestly better. More time with my wife, more time with the family, more energy spent creating real experiences over collecting stuff. Nice things are still enjoyable, that doesn't go away, but they're not the focal point anymore. And that shift is worth more than any investment account. Here's the thing about this industry. Ego spending is the silent killer. The rep who upgrades his truck the week after a big close, not because he needed to, but because he needed to be seen winning, just handed a year of compounding interest back to the dealership. And ask yourself this honestly. If Instagram disappeared tomorrow, would your spending habits change? If the answer is yes, that's the work to do. There's two benchmarks, an internal one and an external one, that reveal where you stand. The internal benchmark is how you feel about your own progress. Are you at peace with where you're headed? Is your identity tied to growth and consistency, or does it need external validation to feel real? Are you content? If you're internally solid, you don't blow a $50,000 commission month trying to look like you made $50,000. The external benchmark is the pressure other people put on your choices. Do you inflate your lifestyle when your boys are watching? Do you feel pressure to match what you see on social media? Does your spending change based on who's around? The less control that external benchmark has over you, the more financially dangerous you become in the best way. The rep who doesn't need to be seen winning usually wins because he's playing a different game. Roofing sales can produce extraordinary income, but income without ownership creates fragility, and fragility is what makes a $300,000 a year feel like it never happened by the time February rolls around. To build real lasting wealth, you need four things: a powerful income engine you actually control, a disciplined investment portfolio that compounds for you, cash flowing real estate that pays you every month, and the emotional strength to not need anyone's approval. The first three build your net worth, the last one protects it. Own assets, control the ego, stay consistent. That's how high-earning roofing sales reps turn big commission years into permanent freedom. Hey Roof Money Pros, thanks for being here. If you haven't subscribed yet and this video gave you something real, do it now. Every week, this content is here for the rep who's running hard and ready to build something that lasts, and the next video might be the one that changes your financial life. If you're making commission income and still feel financially behind, check out my next video breaking down exactly how roofing sales reps should handle their first $10,000 in commissions so it becomes a foundation for wealth, not just a memory. Thanks for watching, and in the meantime, keep stacking, keep building, and I'll see you in the next one.